Hello and welcome to the WIHS Journal Public Affairs program. I'm Jerry Williams. Well, Middletown recently had its 22nd annual Car Cruise on Main, and I was out on the scene, boots on the ground, and this is what I got. Oh! Cars everywhere. Lots of people. That's the sound of a Stingray that just started up. What year is your car? Thank you. 67 Stingray Corvette. I'm Jerry Williams from WIHS Radio here in Middletown.
Nice to meet you.
Talk about your car, man. What am I looking at?
Well, it's a 1969 Ford Mustang Mach 1. At 351 Cleveland, which wasn't even available actually until 1970, but you know I had to have a better motor. Yeah. I don't know. She goes like a mad dog. Okay. It's a lot of fun. We start building them. You know, you start building them early on. I started building this about 6 years ago. It was the car I always wanted when I was 15, 16, and you looked in books. So anyway, I chose this car and started from the ground up and did suspension, did engine work, did transmission work. It runs a C4, manual valve body. It runs fast. It runs pretty quick.
You are self-taught as far as building cars, or did you go to school?
No, I'm self-taught actually, but you know, hanging around. When I grew up, it was all about hot rods. It was always about everyone with cars, fast cars, and this was just something I did, and I hung out with all the guys who had the fastest cars. So you learn from them, you know, and you start talking to people and asking questions. And I encourage anyone who's going to get involved, just ask questions. People who love cars are more than willing to stop and to talk with you a little bit about it.
Yeah. So you're out of what town?
I'm actually out of East Hampton, Connecticut. I grew up in Portland, but I live in East Hampton for the last 25 years, and I got out of the service.
So this is kind of like a hobby thing right here?
Oh, yeah, it's a hobby.
What do you do for a living?
I actually am for Liberty Bank Investment Services, I'm the business development officer right here.
Thanks for your time. I'm going to hang around and listen to this thing and see what it sounds like.
It sounds like a plan. Nice meeting you, and thank you so much.
What's your name again?
My name is Tim Larson.
Tim Larson. Go ahead, fire it up.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Jerry Williams from WIHS Radio. I had to stop because I've owned 3 Cadillacs, and I fell in love with this 77 Cadillac Fleetwood Brougham. So when I was walking by, I said, oh my goodness, the Fleetwood. How you doing, man?
This is one better than your car. This is a limited edition, only 1,200 made, and it's a talisman. It's the next step over the Brougham in the Fleetwood line.
How long have you owned this?
Just bought it. And it's a one family-owned car, only has 70,000 miles. It hadn't been driven since 2007, so we got it back on the road, polished it up a little bit, and are enjoying it.
Now, what inspired you to buy this car?
It was a gift.
Were you a Cadillac owner previous to this?
I'm a horseless carriage car guy. All of my antique cars are 1915 and older.
Okay.
And my son bought this for me.
It was a gift from your son.
Yeah, he thought, well, I think you'd enjoy this. And we have.
Well, I tell you, it was something about in the 70s when I was a young man, and I would see this big, what I call land yacht, going down into the Fleetwood Brougham. But what got me was the interior. It was so cushy, right? I said, I could live in this. It looked like a condo on the inside.
It's 23 and a half feet long.
Yeah. They're like mini limos.
That's what it is. It's built on the commercial limo chassis. So
anyway, I had to stop, and I saw a Cadillac Fleetwood because it took me all the way back to the 70s, and I'm a 3-time Cadillac owner, and drove out here from Oakland, California back in early 2000s, but I made it halfway across, and then I had a car incident, so I had to fly the remaining half to Connecticut. But Fleetwoods have a special place in my heart.
Oh, very nice chatting with you. Enjoy the show.
You too, brother.
Thank you. The 22nd annual Car Cruise on Main here in Middletown.
and I'm looking at some kind of monstrosity. It looked like something that once might have been owned by Elvis or something. What am I looking at, brother?
Looking at a 1972 Corvette, over-the-top custom, blown 502, 703 horse. Lots of 24 karat gold plating, 3-speed transmission, 355 rear. It's pearl white with pink and purple pearl ghost flames. Original motion gas cap.
Well, who originally owned this?
I don't know. 2 other people before me.
Yeah. How long have you had it?
37 years.
Wow. What's your name, brother?
Joe Barra,
And you're out of?
Fishkill, New York.
Now, do you drive this home or do you have it flatbedded?
No. I trail it here because I'm an hour and a half away, but I drive it. I take it out and drive it by my house, around my house.
I mean, you probably, anytime you drive this thing, you're on the verge of causing accidents from people turning their heads all the time, huh?
Well, you know what? I'm so busy paying attention to the road and what's ahead of me that, I imagine so, but I don't look for it.
And you've owned this for 37 years?
37 years. I was 22 when I bought it, and I'm 60 now.
Okay, so you're the one that put all this together like that?
Oh, yeah. Yep. It was bone stock when I bought it.
So I'm thinking that you got it from someone who was some, a celebrity or something like that. So you did all this?
I did. Yes, I did. It was bone stock when I bought it.
Talk about your love for cars. How did it all start, man?
It all started when I was a kid. I remember my neighbor's friend came with a 63 red Corvette, and it had Krager mags on it and the side pipes, and I had to be about 8 years old, and I just fell in love. I just fell in love with it. It bit. That's when, and then the Hot Wheels came out, and then the Tyco Pros and the HO little race cars, so it just all stemmed from there. Then I started building models, and it was inbred in me.
Yeah. Did you go to school for mechanics, or are you just self-taught?
Yes, I did. I went to BOCES for 2 years, and I was in the Army for 4 years as a mechanic.
What's your name again, brother?
Joe Barra.
Joe Barra. Well, God bless you. Thank you for your time, and that's a heck of a car, man.
Thank you. And it is for sale.
I see that. If you don't mind me asking, what are you selling it for?
I'm looking to get 140 for it.
How fast can it run?
It runs. It runs. And blow your mind, let me tell you.
Folks, it's like 24 karat gold plating. The engine, it's like 2 feet above the car. It's hard to explain, but it looks like something that Elvis would own or something like that.
Too bad you don't have a movie camera, because they have to see it. You have to see it. All the description, You
have to see it to believe it. But hey, man, nice work. You got a small crowd of people gathering around. They probably want to ask you questions. God bless you, man, and enjoy the rest of your evening here.
Well, thank you for your time and patience. I appreciate it.
Jerry Williams from WIHS Radio. What is your name? Officer what?
Officer Anthony Knapp.
How has it been today? In spite of all these people in cars, has it been smooth running? Has it been uneventful? Talk about it.
It's been just plain awesome.
Yeah,
this has been going on for so long, it just runs itself for the most part. But there's a lot of prep work and the back work as well.
How long have you been an officer for this town now?
19 and a half years.
What inspired you to become a police officer? Take me back.
Public safety, always want to help somebody, feel like, I do good for the community.
Where are you from originally?
Middletown, born and raised.
Perfect for you. Well, I know you're busy. I got to let you go so you can focus. Thank you, man. God bless you.
Thank you. Take care.
Thanks
for stopping by.
All right. Thanks, man. All right, so I'm rolling up on some fast, mean-looking black thing. What am I looking at, brother?
This is a 77 Mustang 2.
77 Mustang 2. How many horsepower? How fast? Talk about the specs.
It's about 505 horsepower. The car runs, it's like a 10-second car, 135 miles an hour.
How long have you had it?
I've had it now for about 9 years.
Did you put this rig together yourself?
Paid to get it all put together. I didn't physically do it. I did some work on it, but for the most part, I had it all put together.
What's your name, brother?
My name is Mitch Wynn.
Folks, I'm going to tell you who this brother is. If you ever need a good haircut, you can come down to Mike's Barbershop. What's the address?
200 Main Street, Metro Square.
All right, I'm about to get out of your way because he's about to fire this monster up. Thanks, Mitch.
No problem.
Mitch has just gotten in the car. He's about to start it up. That's it. That's my barber. There he goes. There he went, riding off into the sunset. If you would like more information about what you heard today, call WIHS 860-346-1049. That's 860-346-1049. The opinions expressed are those of the participants and not necessarily of those of the staff or management of the station. I'm Jerry Williams for the WIHS Journal Public Affairs program at 104.9 FM, WIHS in Middletown.